I'm pro-life for the simplest of reasons, and first, God himself is pro-life.
We're pro-life because the Bible is pro-life. We believe that the Bible affirms life, and it affirms the dignity of life, both life that's born and unborn.
When a person is created, that person is a child of God, and that's God's will. And when it's his will, I would not want to interfere with that.
I am pro-life, and my church, Have Bible Will Travel, is pro-life. We believe that it's a mandate on the New Testament church.
What's clearest is that we must defend the defenseless. And there is no one more defenseless than a child in the womb.
I think God would say, believe in me or don't. It's up to you, because I give you the free will to make that decision. But if you believe in anything, believe in this. There are consequences for what you do on earth. And it is at your own peril that you destroy the most innocent among you.
Well, not surprisingly, I think God is quite clear about his feelings.
When I think about what God may feel when he sees us aborting babies, I'm sure it has to break his heart.
God's heart is grieved when people are living in a way that's out of alignment with his will.
I think it's obvious from cover to cover, whether you're reading Genesis to any of the books all the way to the back of Revelation, that God is 100% against abortion. He wishes that no man murders another.
I think it's fair to say that God is probably horrified by abortion.
And he will judge all people according to what they have done.
We want to help people to live in such a way where they're not wounded by this abortion on demand. They're not wounded and hurt by the tragedy of all the things that come about as a result of abortion. And
we became, the reason that I support ThriVe is they're Christ-centered, very big key. They're managed with wonderful people. They're compassionate for the women, and which, you know, we were just discussing here, that one of my heroes is St. Michael the Archangel, the great defender. And these women, this organization, ThriVe, they're fighters. That's what I love about them. They're in the street, and we as knights, we're in the street with them now. We've purchased ultrasound machines and bought mobile medical centers that are on the street in front of Planned Parenthood. We support ThriVe because they achieve. They're successful. They're not just administrators. They're not just policy setters. They are in the trenches, which is a greatly admirable trait.
To work with such a great organization like ThriVe that has such dedicated staff. They have very bright and talented members of on their board of directors, and the CEO and the chairman of the board are just such a focused, mission-driven, strategic thinkers that it's a pleasure to work with them.
I don't know how else to say it. The situation that we're in is fabulous. It's one thing to do good work. It's another thing when you feel like you're doing good work that the Lord wants you to do. It's another thing when you feel that you're doing the work that the Lord wants you to do and you see his results. And it's so important, my words, his results, not our results. The organization is smart enough and keen enough to know that the things that are happening here are his results. And you don't see that very often in the world today. Most people take credit for other people's results. And this group knows that we're following his path and his direction. And it is powerful. And so for those reasons, my family, we have been blessed much more than the time and effort and treasure that we've given to the organization. It's definitely not a one-way street. It's definitely a two-way street, and one that we really enjoy.
And we're just very thankful for the way ThriVe helps people see that an unborn life is a life, and helps mothers realize that if they're concerned that they won't have the resources to take care of a little one, we'll help them. And not just us, but we, the church. The churches of St. Louis will come together through the organization of ThriVe to care for people.
If the child was conceived under good circumstances or something totally horrible, that child is still his, and that child is still blessed and can be so much. We just need to let them have a chance to live.